This video is about the sexism that is involved in today's media and just in today's world. I'm going to start by using Beyonce's We Run the World Girls as my sort of inspiration because it kind of represents this false idea that women actually are in charge, which would be great, but it's not exactly true. So, okay. In the song, I've seen other people say stuff about this too, so this isn't new for you. You may have seen something like this before, but this is my opinion, so let's go. So she says, we run the world, girls, and all that stuff, and acts like the women rule the world because we give birth, and we now work, and we now have companies of our own, and all that. So yeah, I mean, women have come a long way. But, hate to say it, but people like Beyonce are kind of the problem. Because using your sexuality in almost every single video and every single advertisement and every single thing you do, and the fact that most 90% of female artists are gorgeous and hot and sexy, and all their videos have them in barely any clothes, when you have 10% like Adele who are kind of regular women and not using their sexuality to be, you know, more popular. So I mean, that is definitely proof of the fact that it's still not there. Women should be able to have art and music without having to strip their clothes off or do that. I mean, maybe they want to do it that way, but it's kind of obvious that they're trying to sell sex, and that's what works. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's so obvious that, you know, like, look, I'm gonna compare all the slutty sort of videos to like someone like Adele, who is not doing that sort of thing and had the #1 album in the country and whatever. And she sort of proved that you don't have to do it that way. And if more artists actually did that, more female artists, you know, that's empowerment. Being known for your music and your words and your what you had to say, more than here's a great song, but here I am totally half naked and look how hot I look in it. That gives more attention, and that's dumbing it down to the lowest denominator, i.e. man. I think someone like Adele and people like her are a better representation of how women should be running the world, as in being, you can still be beautiful, you can still be sexy, but you don't have to exploit yourself and use that as your only way of drawing people into your music or into whatever you're trying to promote. And it's with everybody. Lady Gaga, Rihanna, all the nameless ones that you've only seen once or twice. Even Pink sometimes is that way, but she kind of holds it as, you know, look but don't touch. So that's kind of a bit of a better way of doing it. And I don't know, it's just, as I'm trying to point out, I think Beyonce got it wrong with that song, and it should be Who Should Run the World, Girls. That's what it should be really called. Who should run the world? Because women, if we did run the world, it would be probably a more peaceful place, and just if we ever get there. I mean, we almost had a female president. Hillary Clinton has gotten better at it. You know, will that ever happen? I mean, we're behind the times still, not having that. I'm not American. I'm actually Canadian, and we actually had a female prime minister once, but it didn't last very long. And some other countries also have them, but America is kind of the place to start that sort of empowerment, I think, for things to really change. But yeah, I can't say enough about this topic actually, but I don't know how to go into each thing that bothers me and stay on one topic about it. So basically it's just who run the world? Men, but women should run the world really. And maybe one day we'll be closer to it, but women need to stop using their bodies as their power. You need to have power in other ways. And that, you don't see men doing that. Like, if you really want to be competing with men and being in charge and beating men at their own game, you need to do what they do. Not be just using your sexuality and your body to be powerful and empowered. That's not how it works. You need to say, you know, you need to show your strength in your mind and in your talent and in your skill, not in your body.